Hello everyone, I'm Harder D, and today we're playing Disturb. Another one of those great games that you find on Steam for free. This Another dull day passed as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. Oh, not the cow. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Alright, go to the crops, go to the house, go to the shed. Let's go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Alright, let's go to the crops. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Go into the pen. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushroom that dot the ground. Grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores sprays from the mushrooms. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Whoops! So apparently I died. Alright, let's try again, yep. Alright, so let's go in the house this time. There we go. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as the glowing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems would just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Open the chest, obviously. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Read the journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethan is doing quite well, never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. You know, also known as my wife, apparently. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Someone broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and I hid the key. Nobody will ever get to my stuff again. Dear Journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching the whole farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Alright. Lay in bed. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone, glowing as if it was alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach towards the stone with your hand. As your fingers make contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away, just like dust in the wind. The particles flow in the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before. The fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself laying in bed, never to wake again. Your adventure ends here. Alright, so no naps for us either. Okay, so let's go to the crops. Yeah. Let's follow the path. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be anything useful in there. Obviously, let's go into the cave. What death is in here? There's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature is significantly cool as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight from outside. Go further in the cave. Before you take another step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, ever thinking that something helpful could be in here. Fight the bear! You scan the ground and notice there are numerous rocks you could grab and throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after another, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling to the ground. The bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Your adventure ends here. Alright, so we get the bear ending. Oh my god, there actually is like achievements I'm getting from my endings of death. Alright, so we go to the crops. Let's follow the path. Let's continue down the path. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. Huh? Is that for our shed? After what feels like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Inspect the shack. You walk towards the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up the key from the wagon and use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing that empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think that of the man that used to dwell here. Inspect the book on the table. You pick up the book and start flipping through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of the day. Apparently, there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has ever been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I'm leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, got chills running down the spine. Open the trap door. You observe a trap door and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch to get it open. Without thinking, you travel downwards. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. Oh my god, there's a person in here. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Talk to the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. Woman. You there. Let me out of here. The pressure of such demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. Well, obviously we're going to free the woman. I'm not going to leave her in the dark. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. Hi. I will now do you a favor. Oh! What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappeared as a horrendous, horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands locked onto your arms. Energy frees from your body and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate your journey ends here. Alright, so we got the death in the basement ending. Okay, so crops. Okay, follow the path. Continue down the path. We already inspected that wagon. Let's continue on. Cross the bridge. You cross the bridge and safely continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against a tree to gaze into the sky. Naps are bad, so I'm going to pick at the grass. As you pick up the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. Oh, of course, it's an angry tree. You turn around to see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream emits from your tongue as the tightened grip of the roots squeeze what air is left from your body. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Maybe I should save my game in my parts of this. Alright. Go to crops. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I can just, load. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Continue on. Cross the bridge. Alright, now we're going to save. Empty slot. There we go. Return. Take a nap. You close your eyes and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Detail emerges as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about around you and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point to where the trail splits into two paths. Which should you go? Obviously, we're saving. That's what we're doing. Let's go left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up towards a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Follow the trail in the grass. Ooh, a sword! Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble across what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something as pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. I'm gonna back away from the sword. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. The figure fades from view. Alright, continue on. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting on water is an orb of some sort, sitting at the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Obviously we're diving in. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. A large fish comes to view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. So that's that giant fish that he was talking about. But at least now we can load. So let's continue left. Continue down the path. Oh, You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There's a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting at the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Alright, let's grab the coin. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and fall. Tumbling about, your body crashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly as you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Alright. So... Alright, let's go left. We're going to continue down the path. We're going to continue on. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the halls of Amor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You have come a long way, and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you, and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain, and you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Alright. Alright, it's time to go right. Oh, shit. I moved my leg. Okay. But we're going to follow the tall grass. Let's go this direction. There's a sword. We're going to continue on. There's a lake. We're going to continue along the trail. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the stone pillars. What horrible things lie here. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle, and in the center of the stone is what appears as some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. It looks like Stonehenge. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars. Oh yeah, I already read that. Explore the field. You find yourself gazed over a grass field with rolling hills off into the distance. Holy, a unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Just a freaking unicorn? Alright, go back. Okay, go back to the grave. Go back this way. Go back to where the path splits. Okay, but we did learn stuff, so we are going to save. Boop, save here. Alright, now we're going to go right this time. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest is there's a tree has a hole carved into it. Inspect the tree. What horrible things is this? You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. You look and see something shiny in the hole, as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one on the center, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Press the knobs. Press the middle knob. Press the left knob. Press the right knob. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Alright, let's go right, left, middle. Okay, left, right, middle. Oh, the knob's locked in place for a moment, nothing. Alright, leave the tree. I don't know. What do we got? Go to the gate. You approach the gate cautiously. Enter the gate. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There's no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. There is a fountain before you with statue on your right and left. Inspect the fountain. There is a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. Inspect the statue on the left. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, and the other with a finger pointing up towards the sky. You feel best to leave the statue alone. Statue on the right. Before you stands an old angel statue that has been broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. You feel like you should keep the distance and just observe the statue. Enter the tower. You approach the door. As you reach the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. It must be some sort of magic. Okay, so this left says... Oh, I get it. Left says 1, right says 2, so left, right, middle. Wait, didn't I try that already? Inspect the tree. Press the knobs. Left, right, middle. Press the knobs. Middle, left, right. Alright, I have no idea. Well, I don't really know where else to go in this game, and it seems like everything I do is going to kill me. So, I guess that's enough for an episode. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting new videos every day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some more. You guys have yourself a great evening, and bye-bye!